watching the Ram Sports Magazine Show on Northern Colorado 5.
Welcome back, Rams fans. The Rams are trying to bounce back after they dropped their first game of the season against North Dakota State. This weekend they play San Jose State, so we're going to check in now with players and coaches and see how they feel.
The Rams are now looking to shake off last week's game as they will be traveling to San Jose State on Saturday in a rematch of last year's game in which they lost on a touchdown scored in the final minute of the game. The matchup with the Spartans was a huge turning point for Steve Fairchild and his team of 2011, dropping a home game that was winnable and ending the season with the third consecutive 3-9 mark. The Rams' current head coach, Jim McElwain, is hoping that last week and last year will help drive the message of the importance of preparation.
You know, you just go back. It's not a secret. Great teams prepare. Great teams practice hard. Great teams get to the game and don't have crisis because they put the work in, which is an everyday life lesson. You know, somebody asked me if I was nervous, like for the first game. No. I mean, why would you be nervous? You've prepared, right? I wasn't nervous for this game, other than the fact I was nervous for our players, you know, because I wasn't sure. And as it came, you know, my hunch probably was right, and I think I told you guys that all week. I'm not here to hide anything. I mean, it's you know, what we do is a microcosm of life. It really is, and that's got to be the approach.
Coach Mack has been impressed with what three-year head coach Mike McCarty has been able to do with the San Jose football program.
Coach McIntyre, what he's done since he's been there is, number one, he's increased their talent level dramatically. They've got explosive players on the outside. They've got a quarterback that gets rid of the ball on time and is accurate. I really like the way this guy plays, second week in a row, you know, that you can see.
One Spartan who has caught Coach Mack's eye is junior wideout Noel Grigsby. Grigsby is averaging almost 7 receptions per game and needs just 4 more to break the San Jose career reception mark.
Disciplined in his play, in his attention to detail of his route running. He's a guy that's perfected his craft because of what he does, and I'm sure, I don't know this, I don't know him, but my guess is he does that in practice. So from a receiver standpoint, to get those kind of numbers, that becomes a trust with your quarterback. So as a quarterback, you say, you know what, I know where this guy's going to be. He's going to be where he's supposed to be because he is in practice. Therefore, I have a comfort level to get him the ball. And then as a coaching staff, you say, you know what, all this guy does is what's right. So guess what? Let's design some get-it-tos, right? So he made himself relevant to their offense.
But Grigsby isn't the only weapon the Spartans have, as 9 different players caught balls last week, which head coach Mack feels is a testament not only to those players, but to the quarterback and the coaching staff.
I think that's a credit to their quarterback. You know, this guy gets it. He spreads the ball around. You know, he's not fixed on that guy. You know, he's going to get his, but his ability to find open players and you know, they've changed kind of offensive philosophy. We actually played these guys when I was at Alabama a couple years ago. I think it might have been Coach's very first year there. You know, they were trying to emulate Reno's pistol, you know, stuff. I think they maybe don't have that. It speaks for their coaching, in my opinion, because they didn't force feed it. They don't have that type of quarterback. So they put in a system that fits him. And I think that speaks volumes for, you know, who they are.
Hey there, Rams fans. We're going to take another quick commercial break, but don't go anywhere, because on the other side, we're going to check in with the Rams volleyball team and see how they did in last weekend's Rams Invitational.
Watching the Ram Sports Magazine Show on Northern Colorado 5. Watching the The Ram Sports Magazine Show on Northern Colorado 5.
Welcome back, Rams fans. We're now going to check in with the volleyball team and see how they did in Rams Invitational. In the first match, they hosted 12th-ranked Pepperdine.
Moby Madness was in full effect for the Rams when number 12 Pepperdine came into town. Early in the first set, Deidre Foss sets up the Canadian Hammer for a monstrous kill from the left side, part of her big day, finishing with 13 kills on 387 hitting. The Rams would take the first set 25-22. In the second set, after a long rally, Deidre again would be the helper, this time finding middle blocker Megan Plord for the kill. The Rams would take the second set 25-23. In the third set, the Rams would continue their assault with yet another kill by Dana Cranston. The Rams would take the third set and complete the sweep by a score of 25-21. The Rams would have a balanced attack as Cranston was joined by Plord with double-digit kills as Snyder chipped in 9 of her own. Deidre would lead the way in the assist category, recording 35 in just 3 matches of work. On the defensive side of the ball, Izzy would lead the way with 8 digs, while Paige would have a team-high 4 blocks. Head coach Tom Hilbert was pleased with the effort and execution his team played with.
You know, this was a really good match for us. We grew a lot today, and, you know, look at game 3. We hit 448. They hit 364. I mean, that's a battle. That's a war, you know, and we came out on top. So that's just really good competing by us, and I'm very pleased. But, you know, are we where we want to be? No, we got to get better.
In the second game of the Rams Invitational, CSU would be matched up against unranked Florida International University. Early in the first set, Deidre Foss would go back to her favorite target, Dana Cranston, and she delivers with another huge kill. In the first 2 sets, the Panthers looked outmatched as the Rams would completely dominate for a 25-15 and 25-17 win. The third match would prove to be a momentum changer as FIU wasn't going away quietly. The Panthers would battle their way to a 26-24 win and force a fourth set where they came out of the gates again on the attack. After a series of rallies, the Rams seemed to finally take this Panthers team for real and began a back-and-forth set. The teams would exchange points all the way up to 31 until the Rams finally got the upper hand, taking a 33-31 lead. Head coach Tom Hilbert was not pleased with this team's effort in this performance.
I felt lucky to win it, and I didn't feel like we played well enough and probably didn't deserve to win it. But the one thing we did do was we kept our mistakes down, and Florida International didn't, and that was probably what ended up hurting them in the end.
In the final game of the weekend, the Rams would take on unranked New Mexico State. The Rams would struggle out of the gate as they would drop the opening set 19-25. Senior middle blocker Megan Plord would spark the Rams in the second set, though, as they never looked back, taking the next 3 sets 25-20, 25-19, and 25-18. Plord would finish with a double-double, recording 13 kills and 13 blocks to complement her impressive numbers she posted all weekend. Plord would finish with a total of 38 kills, 22 blocks, while hitting .449, which would earn her tournament MVP honors. The recognition didn't stop there for her, though, as Monday morning she was named Mountain West Conference Player of the Week for the 3rd time in her career. The biggest accolade came Tuesday, though, when Plord was named the National Player of the Week, becoming just the 6th Ram ever to get distinguished with this honor. We caught up with Megan to talk about this weekend's accomplishments.
All right, Rams fans, we're now joined by Megan Plord. Megan, you had a great tournament this weekend. What exactly happened? Did you just find a rhythm?
We had a good week of practice. I felt like we were all practicing really hard, and it was a competitive environment throughout the whole week. So I think that just carried over to this weekend, and yeah, we had brought a lot of energy and paid off.
You look at the awards you got this weekend. You come in on Monday and you get named Mountain West Player of the Week. This is your 3rd time getting the award. What is that feeling like? Does it get any less, important after the 3rd time around?
It's definitely very exciting. I'm always surprised when I get an award, and I'm very grateful for every recognition that I do get. And I just thank my teammates because they're very competitive and push me every day in practice and help me get to where I am now.
And then yesterday, you get only the 6th Ram ever in the history to get named Player of the Week for all of Division I schools. What is that like?
I can't really wrap my mind around it, I guess. It's very exciting, and I'm very grateful again to you, and I'm just very thankful for the recognition.
All right, well, thank you for joining us, Megan.
Thank you.
All right, Rams fans, we're going to take one last quick commercial break, but on the other side, we're going to preview this weekend's match against the number 2 ranked UCLA Bruins.
Watching the Ram Sports Magazine Show on Northern Colorado 5.